Let's go.
Okay. Can I be like this for a bit? Okay.
You want to relax for a bit?
Yeah. Like we can start like this and then
Why?
I'll move. I don't know. I feel in the zone.
Oh, you want us to start like this?
Yeah, and then I can sit
Oh,
up.
okay. I thought you wanted to rest for a bit.
No,
like
I'm saying we can start like this and then.
Oh, nice.
Testing, 1, 2, mic testing is working. I'm just joking.
One,
But
two,
Tarkwa
many
Bay-
million times.
Or Tarkwa Bay, and I really like it. Like, this is not my vibe ideally, but it's really nice. It's like so cool. You're just chilling by the by the beach, resting.
Yeah, very, very
I love
slow
that
and
so
calm.
much.
People are always very wary of camping in Lagos because
Even me, I was like,
I wish so. I feel like if it was maybe like an Elegushi, then you would have like been like
be
proper worried.
Yeah.
I think because we're at Tarkwa Bay and we're at Sunset Haven as well, they have a quiet space.
Yeah, it's really nice here. Like, I
Tarkwa
really
Bay.
like it here. I hope I get to do like it's more of this, like also with a lover or something. It'd be nice.
I
Like,
think it would be
cuddling,
nice.
kissing.
Because imagine the painting thing actually came because we had signed up to do like this tape and painting thing, but instead something happened. They couldn't get the boards over or something like that, so we couldn't do the painting thing. But doing like the painting thing, and then you go for evening walks to the beach and sit down and just like
Just
spend
chill.
time with each other.
What is doing it for me is the pricing. It's very budget friendly. It's not overpriced for now, because like I know something about Lagosians. Like you flock to a place. Do
you understand? Like they'll make everything like overly pricey.
So people don't know about it. Let's gatekeep. Our mates are gatekeeping. They did not die. Don't worry. Everything we said, we lied.
Don't come and fuck it up for us,
the
please.
truth. Like, we've been lying. We are fake girls. We're lying to you guys. We're forming. Okay,
it's actually like
makes
100K per night.
Like, and it's a bit 250K. So my
is like 3 million naira per night.
So please don't come. So yeah.
Please don't come.
Because
stay at home.
My name is Wani from Bariga.
Wani from Lagos.
I am a fashion designer. I have not ready to wear anymore. Sorry, we now do slow, beautiful fashion for more quality. I have a fashion brand called Niwa. Wear Niwa on Instagram, but it's basically Niwa. I am a girl that is trying to get back into the shit she loves. That's what this year is about for me. Doing things I love and I fuck with, because last year I realized I really deviated. I was leaning more towards the crowd, and even if what I love is what the crowd likes, I don't mind, but at the same time I was very much last year influenced by the crowd. But this year I'm trying to be more of my own person, influenced by my shit and stuff that I like. So that's it.
I'm Teresi. I don't think there's one thing that describes me, because I'm a lot of things. Like, and if you know me, you know that I've lived quite an interesting but chaotic life, which I do not mind.
That's what I plan to do this year. Actually,
Yeah.
I plan to be all over the place, everywhere, and I love that you do that. By the way, very nice, because I can open your story and doing this today and tomorrow you're doing this. I'm like, wow, crazy, because they rarely mailed, but they just work. I hope more people get to do that. Even because to be fair, sometimes things like that, it takes like, money, financing to be able to do that. But other times you can do small things. Like, I want to live this year like an adventure. I want to be on so many side quests that people will be like, Wani, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
I want to make a video.
I want to
make a video, a compilation at the end of the year and be like, oh shit, you did a lot of stuff. I'm also saying this year to hold myself accountable. So I'll come back to this video maybe by the end of the year. I'll do a few of these actually, maybe with Toyosi, without Toyosi, with my other friends.
Yeah, I think it would be lovely.
Really nice. So I think this is nice to document life and just
I really do enjoy documenting life, and I can't remember exactly when I started doing that, but I think that it started for me from WhatsApp stories, where I used to always just want to have an outlet to just say certain things on my mind that I didn't really know where to put them. I couldn't go to you can't go and write a whole ass article because you have one tiny opinion that you want to share. I think for me, like, WhatsApp status was like that for me. I just really like to share things about my life that nobody asked me.
I wish like I was able to. I'm trying to be able to do that now, but I wish like more people. To be fair, also I think for me there's also the fear of being perceived, because one thing I know, I cannot be I will tell you the truth. Like, it's not even that I care necessarily what people think about me, but I don't ever want people to feel like they have a certain type of
power
access
over you.
Even access, not even power, because I don't want people to feel like, oh, I'm so sorry, like the human
because Wani shares a lot.
Yeah, so I don't feel like friends,
close.
exactly. I always make a point to remind people that like we are not friends.
Yeah, we're not friends.
Like, yeah, you can like me, and there are lots of people I like from afar, but I always remember that like they're not my friends. You can like me, you can fuck with me heavy. In fact, I advise you not to like me, but I don't know, something is wrong with you, but if you've chosen to like me, great. But don't ever like cross boundaries. I'm not your friend. We're not that cool. Like, yeah, we can be polite and like, you know, cordial, but that's part of why I also don't really like sharing. I know that I cannot be an influencer, that kind of thing, because like people are very parasocial and it is detrimental, and I don't want any of that. Like, see, I don't want people minus feeling like a celeb and people like, you know, taking pictures of you, but people feel like because you share certain things, they have the right to talk about you and about your personal life, or they feel really close to you. They don't treat you like a stranger. We are strangers, but because like, you know, we now talk a lot on the internet, people feel like, oh, I know this person because they tell me this, they yarn this, so she posted this. That's sort of why I lie, okay? So now you think you know something about me is a lie, a lie.
You actually don't.
You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know. And
half of the things that I repost are not related to me.
So people act like, oh, I know this girl. Wow. And that's part of why I don't want anybody to perceive me too much. I also want to be like mysterious. But honestly, also now as a brand,
I don't think you're
and it's not even
mysterious, babe.
I don't think so.
I don't even think I ever started following. I don't think
follow me on Twitter,
you were
like,
mysterious
on Instagram,
babe when I started following you.
I'm even to be more mysterious on Instagram. If you follow me on Twitter, I swear to God, you can know the
What's
exact
that
time.
your handle again? Wicked Sus.
You can know the exact time I took a shit this morning if you follow me on Twitter. That's how unmysterious I am. So I know I'm not a mysterious babe, but at the same time, like being camera
No, you're
facing,
so unhinged.
and
like
I think
you're
I'm
actually
very crazy.
extremely unhinged.
So
man.
I want to be more like that in every aspect of my life when it comes to, especially now this year. I want it to be this year that I take my business and shove it down people's throats.
They're just like, why is this babe always on my
yes,
feed?
So
like, why is she always on my feed?
And it's going to be hard. I know that for sure, but I'm sort of ready this year more than ever, because like I'm very hungry also. It's not even about like, you know, having a passion. Me lowo láti sanwó to eat. I need that. I need to be able to ball.
Yeah.
So you guys, that's why we're doing this.
Actually, I know you say you're not an influencer or anything like that, and I don't see you as one, but I do think that some of like my ideologies, especially when it comes to like strong opinions that I have about certain things, sort of started to become my opinions when I started to see how certain people were talking about some topics. For example, like queer education, because it wasn't like as if I had like a queer friend growing up. I don't think I started having queer friends like until maybe 3 years ago that I started really knowing queer people. Because again, I didn't school in Lagos.
Yeah, in Ilorin.
Yeah, I schooled in Unilorin. Exactly. Unilorin is a very conservative school. Like, there was one time that I got sent home from exams because I was skinny jeans.
I don't die.
Skinny jeans. And I tucked in my shirt. And then the invigilator was saying that like, and I also sort of had like conservative flatmates as well that I was staying with. So I don't think that I started to really like nurture like my own opinions or like even open my mind to certain things until after uni, when I was sort of rounding up uni. I think it wasn't until I also started reading certain things, and that's why I say that when you say you're not an influencer, I do not agree, because you influenced me in some way a bit to see things, watching maybe people like you also be really, really opinionated about certain things on social media. That's how I started to get my own education. I can't remember when I joined Twitter, but right for when I joined Twitter, I'm very, very glad that I've always been like that. It's like I never had a pick me phase, like where, you know, I was for the boys. Once I entered guns blazing, I didn't know. I learned about feminism. I learned about what to read, things to, you know, even like, you know, being an ally to the trans community before I found out that like I was bisexual and stuff like that. I learned about all those things on Twitter. I started reading. And one thing about me, even till today, if you open my phone, you will see I'm always on Google, Wikipedia. I'm always searching for, once it doesn't make sense to me, I will Google it, I will read about it. So I learned it on Twitter. I learned all those things, and I was like, yeah, like, hell yeah, this is where I want to be. Feminism was something that I knew as like a buzzword. Like my first interaction with it was a buzzword. Or men would say, "I hope you're not one of those feminists." And I really didn't know what feminism was about or what it meant, misogyny, any of those things. Like even when I finished, or maybe when I was about like wrapping up uni, like my undergrad, that was when I maybe started to understand what feminism meant a bit.
Okay.
And even when I did, I was still around people who would make it sound like it wasn't anything to be
proud
of,
to fuck with.
yeah, or like fuck with.
Yeah. For me, it was in my like 200, 300 level. I was slut shamed a lot. To be fair, I am a slut, so no shame. I grew up, conservative too. So uni was a place for me to explore.
So your parents are pastors, yeah.
Uni
I
was
even
a
thought
place
that your
for me
mom
to-
was just like a.
She was a deaconess at first.
Oh, but now
they're
she's
both pastors. They were assistant pastors and they're now pastors, but they're not pastors that officiate a church because they're not full-time pastors.
Okay.
But they're ordained pastors.
Okay.
So for me, it was very very pertinent that I left that mold that my parents had put me in. So I tried a lot of things, like not drugs or anything, but like social life, going out, going to the club. By the way, I always mention I love the club, always and forever. I'm a club babe. I will.
I love it.
Like if you tell me let's go to the club, I will.
Yeah, you would be down.
So I did that a lot of ways for my dressing, because like when I resumed school, imagine like seeing your classmates that used to wear, probably she used to tie scarf, she used to wear earrings, and she used to wear gowns, and then in year 1 and year 2, she's suddenly coming to class, no bra, singlets, tops, like skinny jeans, like wearing cool stuff, cooler stuff that she didn't do before. So everybody was like sort of weird towards me. And that's the thing. I also studied education. I studied early childhood education, and like in education, they're mostly dead babes and
of
guys.
course,
like everybody.
I think it's a universal thing in
so teacher-esque people that look like teachers, and like so certain things are like alien to them. So it was very weird for me. I was also trying to really find myself in uni. I don't think I have found myself now, but I know that I've always been very vocal, to be fair. I'm a stubborn girl. I grew up with parents that didn't allow me to do certain things, so I've always been stubborn, opinionated. So all those things, like sort of like they melded for me, and they became like it shaped my personality. So for me, while I did grow up conservative, I had always known that I wanted to escape, and uni for me was my path to escaping. I remember one semester, the short first semester break that I didn't go home. I told my mom I was not going home. I stayed in school because I was like, I needed to not be at home. I remember I'll be in school, I'll dye my hair, because I used to dye my hair in school. I'll dye my hair like blonde, and then when I'll be going home, on the day I'll be going home, I will dye back to black. And every time, or how at first I used to hide my jeans or my pants, so my mom would not see me wearing pants and stuff like that.
Like I grew up under really religious conditions as well, but like in a Catholic church.
Oh, because you guys are Catholic?
Oh yes, we're Catholics.
Your parents look like very Pentecostal.
Oh no, my parents are very Catholic.
Oh, that's cool.
My mom was Anglican, but when she got married, she became Catholic.
I swear to God, your parents give like
Pentecostal.
Yes. Maybe because like they're typical like Nigerian parents. To be fair, like I rarely see a lot of Yoruba Catholics like that.
People say that a lot, but I think that there are more. No, I think that there are more South people in the Catholic Church, definitely. And if you go to like Ondo, Akure, Ekiti, you would actually see more Yoruba Catholics, because they are like, it's like their state. We grew up going to church like almost every day. Anyway, I think that for me at some point, I started to deviate from the teachings of the church and my parents, because it was choking me. My daddy would always get angry if we do not go to church. He would never really understand when I would tell him I don't really feel like a connection with God in church. I think that it's very, very important to be stubborn. And I think that was something that I leaned into like pretty much early. When I started to be educated by people about all of these things, feminism, queerness, sex, etc. That's when I started to question religion in so many ways, or like even my own reasons for like going to church. My church going was very performative. Like it wasn't because I enjoyed it or like I so wanted that connection. I do believe that I have a connection with God, by the way, but I don't think that I experienced it. Yeah, I think that I do, but I don't think that I experience it the way other people experience it. Like, I don't want to pray with people. Like, I don't want to pray with you. I don't feel the need to go to church to go and clap my hands and listen to somebody preach to me about whatever. I don't feel the need to do that. I don't connect with it. I don't like it. I don't like revival sessions, novena. I do not like any of those things. And I think that I started to withdraw, and my parents did not really understand it. They thought that it was rebellion. And I realized that every time that he would complain or they would complain, it would be like, how can I be telling other people's children to dress decently, and my own child is wearing crazy jeans. And I'm always like, you're trying to protect your own face, but your child likes to wear skimpy clothing, so maybe you need to tone down the way that you talk to other people's children
real.
who they're not your children as well.
I remember
Because nobody can come to meet me now and be telling me, even with posting that whole video of like, oh yeah, I told my parents that I smoke, it was because I hated this whole role model narrative
They
of
were
like,
trying to force on you.
yeah, like Mr. and Mr. Adebusi's child is very decent. Like, I wanted to rid myself of all the expectations. Like,
do you know this
completely.
thing that you just said? This is why I love being the stubborn what's the word, stubborn child, the bad egg, because nobody, not my parents, not my cousins, not my neighbors will tell you that Sarah is a role model, because that's what they call me at home, Sarah. And I started way young. I started rebelling when I was in secondary school. When I was in secondary school, to be fair, it was two things. It was me being rebellious, and I was just like trying to explore life. I was a very, very inquisitive child. Why do I keep saying inquisitive? Please, sorry. I was very, very, like, I had a lot of questions. I needed to know certain things. So I would skip school. I would miss school. I wanted way more. Even right from a young age, I had always wanted way more out of life. I never wanted to be the thing that you wanted me to be.
Yeah.
So I was always, like, skipping school. I was flunking classes because, like, I didn't like the classes I was taking. I was skipping classes, stabbing classes, jumping, scaling the fence to not be in school, to go and see man outside at a young age. That one is not even like, that was just me being very, very, I lost my way for a bit. I'm glad that like I came out of that. Like,
I think that phase of you also happened because you were screaming to be let out or something.
Yeah,
like
and
that.
my parents were very restrictive. Like, I grew up, I don't think any child should grow up the way I grew up, the way my siblings and I grew up. Like, very restrictive. I will be honest and say, when I stopped going to church at first, it was laziness. I got into uni, and just standing up on a Sunday was just fucking hard. And then when I started going again, because I started to feel guilty. I was already into feminism and stuff. Church just started seeming foolish. I'm so sorry. Like, the things the pastors would say, the way they would talk about certain things when it relates to women. I was like, yeah, me here. Even now, because now that I'm trying to get back into going to church, I cannot.
Why?
Because I miss it. So I want to see if it's like for me. It's not because of anything. Because like I always, one thing about me, because I always talk to myself in my head a lot. Like, the voice in my head is never quiet. The questions I had were like, they came later, and when they started coming, I didn't even know that like they were even questions. It just started with resentment. Mm-hmm. I just hated listening to pastors speak on this, and also like men also put me off church because like some of the teachers that I grew up with started to move to me sexually. Imagine like you saw me in my panties when I was a baby in children's church, and now you want to see me naked, or you're threatening me because I get sorry, mom and dad. I had a boyfriend, sorry guy. It was my first boyfriend. And he used to come and see me. And one of my teens, teachers, he found out, and he was using to blackmail me that he would tell my mom and dad if I didn't come and see him, yada yada yada. And it was just messy for me. Even when I was not like a full feminist, I was a baby feminist. I was really young. I was 17, 18, and I knew that all these things were foolish. Like, it just used to rub me the wrong way. And me, I have a thing. What just put me off from church? I can't remember what happened. There was a sermon where the pastor was belittling a woman in the Bible, saying something really, really damning. And for me, even till now, I don't know if it is just me being stubborn. For example, see, if I don't like someone, I don't like you, that's okay. Everybody knows I don't like you. We don't fuck with each other. But if people pile up on you, like for no reason, trust me, I'll be at the forefront defending you. And I don't like you. That's for women, not men. I don't give a shit about men. For women, that's how I am.
Yeah.
I don't have to like. There's a babe like this on Twitter. Like, we're not cool
like
at all.
they're always dragging
we're
her.
On a no, we're not cool at all. It's not even them dragging her. We're on a
Okay.
campaign, and then one of the guys, an influencer campaign, they paid us to make certain tweets and blah blah blah. In fact, I would disparage them here with my chest. They're very insane. I can't remember their name, but they're making a period care fucking app for women, and it's run by men. First of all, that was the first thing I called out. One, two.
Run by men.
Run by men. They said women are on their team. We never spoke to any women all through the campaign. I'm like, okay, you know what? Sure, I can help. I can do what I want to do. Two, I see my period in, like, sometimes I don't see my period for a whole month. I don't see my period for 2 months, even PCOS and shit and stuff like that. And
So you have PCOS?
I think so. I'm not diagnosed, so I don't want to diagnose myself.
Okay.
And sometimes I don't see my period for 2 months. And then I open your app because I have to see how the app is before I advertise it or say anything about it. And I open your app and they ask when was the last time you saw your period. do you know that you cannot impute more than a month like behind?
Oh.
And I'm like, that's why I know that this is a foolish app. Because like it's made by men. And I was telling the guy, I was yarning, they wanted us to tweet a particular type of way, say stuff like, people just come.
Like this is the
women
best app.
Women just go about sharing pads and they think that they've solved period problem. Is more than that. And I was like, hell no.
What?
Sharing pad, actually, even if it's just for 1 month that a girl has respite from, because they are babies, they are girls, we are women that cannot afford pads. Like we are in the poverty, like one of the poverty capitals of the world. What do you mean that like they share pad and they go there? I know they are helping, they are tackling this problem. And he wanted us to say stuff like that. And I told the guy that hell no, I'm not tweeting shit like that, okay? I'd rather die. Like I can, frame the Twitter. I left in the middle of the campaign because I was like, nah. And that's one thing about me. I realized like I'm not the best person in the world, but I have certain principles that I do not budge on, which I'm glad. I'm glad that like at least like, because sometimes I think to myself that like, are you a great person? Are you not a great person? But there are certain things, and it's not even performative, because I was in the group chat with people that finished this, like no hate to them, like we have to survive, please. I was in the group of people that finished the campaign. They did all their 4 tweets for the money they were going to pay them. Me, I could not. I did 2, and I was like, I tapped out. I fought them. I was a noisemaker, and I tapped out. One of the guys even apologized to me. When he apologized to me, I didn't respond, and he sent his message. I was just laughing. One thing I know my parents did for me that I'll always be grateful for is making us read. We had to read books. Like they will not let you watch TV, so you have to read. And reading opened my, like I got to visit places that I have never been to till now, and that I got opened up to another side of the world that was beautiful. Reading just really helped me up until when I started even when I started like loving smut, like, and reading like hardcore romance books, even all those things. But still,
What's smart?
Smut is like you're reading a novel, but instead of it's romance, they call it romance, but it's like they write about sex more than anything. Like it's very descriptive and vivid. That's basically smut.
I feel like that was like the first time that I even like got an orgasm. Like I got an orgasm from reading like a book that was my orgasm sexual.
Was by mistake. I had my first orgasm in SS. I can never forget SS2. And it was because like I was exploring my vagina a lot. Like I had a lot of access to porn too, so I was into checking, exploring. I was touching my vagina a lot in different ways. And then one day like
it just happened,
and I was like, Jesus Christ! Like the fuck is this thing? And
that was literally me as well. I was like, what exactly is this?
When I had my first orgasm, believe me, my dad would come and pick us at school. And do you know what's in my mind? To go get home and go and have. Well, I think for the first month when I started like masturbating, like I masturbated back. I almost killed myself with orgasms because I started having sex pretty early. Don't like that, but that's what it was. Because when you are an inquisitive child, you will explore certain things without like.
Especially when you don't get answers from like people who you should,
yes, and stuff. So I explored sex early, but like for me, sex really became less shameful when I got into uni, 200 level. And all of that, it became easier to like just talk about it. And I also want to put this out there. I want to be that girl that talks about sex this year. Like I don't like the fact that I will say something about sex, I'll get weird stares, or people will be like, this is your main account. Yeah, fuck it, we all be fucking. Sex is something like I revel in, like I want to. If you give me the chance, every time I have sex, I will break it down to you as to why. And also, the funny thing is, I'm not a babe that likes physical touch. But I really like the connection of bodies that sex is. I like it, and every time like I have sex, I didn't have a lot of sex last year. Sad. I may not have a lot of sex this year because like I've not found like a lot of people that I am attracted to sexually too. That's also that, and also honestly like, I just feel like for now I'm at a place where while I do really like sex, and if I get to have it with someone that I like, I'll enjoy it. I'm at a place where like it's not as important as it used to be. Like it's not as like not even important. It's not like. Okay, it happens, great. It doesn't happen, also great. I can live a full life without that. But also, for me, I would say that for me, sex, I really like the joining of bodies that sex is. And every time I'm able to have it with people that don't make me feel, conscious, that don't make me, body check.
That doesn't make you feel very safe.
Yes, I love that so much. And I like people that don't take sex seriously. I don't think sex is a serious thing. I think sex can be playful and fun. Yeah, it can be very passionate too, but I think
it can be all things.
I think sex should even be more playful than anything because it shows that like you are, and also it doesn't. I'm not one of those people that believe like you have to be in love with someone deeply to fuck them. Hell no.
Yeah, I don't think so as well.
You can have sex with somebody that even if it is, and I think that's why all of us need to say, oh, in the whole world, we need to view sex as something that is not that deep. Like,
I
know some
don't
people don't
really,
agree with that.
Yeah,
but also,
but only because
no, it doesn't even mean like it has to be unprotected. It's just nothing that has to do with overly calculating. Like you're calculating. Like sex can just be sex.
I think the thing is intimacy means like different things to different people.
I agree.
So if there are people who would feel better, like
no,
having.
No. I'm not. This is not me advocating for casual sex or like something everybody. I'm just saying that like even when you're doing it with someone that is not your, do sex with some people. For them, it's good to only do with a partner.
And there's some people who actually even like enjoy when it's not. There's no emotions like attached to it.
I don't think like casual has to be emotionless. Like it can be very much casual and you can still treat the person with respect and a certain level of care. I don't believe in having sex like people say. I don't believe in having sex without regard, like not rating or respecting the person to a certain level. People say, oh, it can be casual, and because it's casual, we don't need to talk a lot. We don't need to be polite to each other. We can just do, and then after you turn off everything. I don't believe in that.
Lol.
I believe that like even if
and that's
I'm
what
not, and that's
because
the
they also
about
feel
men,
like
so
they're because they feel like they're also reducing the communication, and so it doesn't really give you room to like allow your feelings to thrive.
That's what I don't like,
which I think
men,
is
because
bullshit.
men feel like once you want an extra level of care, you don't want to be treated like flippantly. It means you're in love with them and oh my god, they should run away from you. No, I just don't. I believe in, even when I do casual stuff, I don't know how to do. Anybody that knows me, people that we've done stuff, we've done stuff, we watch this and they know. I don't do casual like, oh, call me, pick up the phone, let's go, let's have sex and then you go to your house. No, people that I'm seeing casually, I go on dates with them. They buy me gifts, I buy them gifts, I cook for them. People that I'm seeing casually, they come to my house, have a nice meal, I go to their house with a nice meal, I send food over to them, I buy them stuff, I send them stuff, because I believe that like, even if you're not the love of my life, I should treat you with care and not even
your
love,
body
but like,
still entering my
yes,
body.
like I should
yeah,
take
like
care
I should
of you, and we should,
you.
we should. But men don't know how to do that, and people don't know how to do that. And I understand why some people say, oh, it comes with a lot of feelings, but I beg, man, like if you cannot treat someone like a human being, why do you want to sleep with them? Why do you want to have sex with them? Like before, I used to feel that way. Like even up until early last year, I was still talking to my friends about it. Like with some guys, I used to feel like, oh, having sex with them, like it has cheapened me. I feel small after it, and they don't feel that way. A man would never feel that way.
They don't feel
but
that
as a woman,
way.
you always sometimes you can feel like, okay, I slept with this person, like I feel cheap, because also at some point, it's like I firmly believe like that sex should be transactional every time. There was a period in my life I believed that, not even like necessarily like, oh, I'll sleep with you, and I think life is inherently transactional.
Me too.
But honestly, like there was one time I was feeling so weird about it, because like I do want to just sleep with this person. So why am I thinking of this thing? So for me, it took a lot of unlearning, and in the middle of unlearning, it also meant I became like, because I was reading a lot, doing a lot of research as to why like sex always felt like the way it felt for me. I realized that's also because of how I view men. And I'm not going to change how I view men. I just realized that like most of the way I view men and the way feminism is important to me, is a part of my life, it would affect me coupling up with men.
Do you think that do you feel the same way when it's a woman involved?
No, I do not. So I do not. And for me, like I've not really explored like being with women hardcore. I know I like being with women, but still it's different from men, because like I inherently, especially now, I really don't fuck with men. Like that, there are only a handful of men that I really do, like my friends and like maybe people that have been my past lovers and stuff. And it's not only because of their general behavior; it's also the way they behave they've behaved when I have interacted with them. For me, I'm a very, very, like my friends always say I'm impatient, and I am actually. You just need to show me that you're a fool once as a man.
And like I'm out.
Most times, and yes, because like men are very, very like disrespectful, condescending, and for me as a feminist, there's certain ways that a man cannot speak to me, it will not fly, or there's certain things that there are microaggressions that I notice more than other women, like things that other women will be okay with, and I'm not saying that they're bad for being okay with it. Like I understand, but me, I just can't live that way. Even in fact, sometimes like I used to ask myself that like, am I doing too much? Like, why can babe A be okay with this thing, and why can't she be okay with it? Like I don't think I'm even more hardcore feminist than some other people, because I think everybody's a hypocrite in certain ways. there are things that like I have stood for, or not stood for, taken, that I realized that some other more hardcore feminists than me will not take. There are things that I've been like, Wani, like, yeah, being a sellout with this behavior, but that is where giving myself grace comes in. It's never anything that will be, detrimental, but it's things that like later when I think about it, I'll be like, you shouldn't have done this, you shouldn't have taken this. But at the same time, like, it's still a journey. And also, I always remember myself that I'm a human being and there's a bias there. There'll always be a bias. Maybe for people I like, for my siblings, I have 3 brothers. They're, all those things. But it will never, and I'm very glad and I'm very, very proud to say that it has never been anything that is so detrimental that affects my feminist journey, or it's something that people hear about. I'm like, fuck, this is a fake ass feminist. Like, yeah, I'm a feminist and I'm a mean girl. Well, not mean girl, but I can't be mean. I'm a feminist and I can be disrespectful. I'm a feminist and I do bad things. I have flaws. Yeah, I'm a human being. It's the same way like you're a woman and you have flaws. Like, all these things. Like, I'm a feminist and I don't like all women. I will stand up for all women, but I don't like all women. The women I don't ever want to talk to, I will cuss out and call them a bitch. It doesn't make me less of a feminist. So there's also that, like, feminists can be rounded people.
Some people think, because you're a feminist, you can't
buy all babes and stuff.
And exactly that one. And like, because you're a feminist, you can't like cook for your partner.
Honestly, that's the thing that
like,
kills me.
I can still be like a natural. Like,
anybody that knows me, I don't. Natural is even rich, because I don't think I'm a natural. But anybody that knows me,
oh no, I'm a natural.
When it comes to people
like when
that
I'm a lover girl.
Yes, when it comes to my relationships, I will be in the kitchen.
But
I like
I'm not
cooking.
in the kitchen.
Funny enough, I like cooking.
I actually hate cooking.
And no, I actually funny now I realize, maybe because I've started living alone, I like cooking.
I hate
like
it.
exploring food, because like now as an adult, I eat things that I didn't used to eat as a kid. My mom didn't have the time to make for us, like all those things, and I like food. I really like food. So I'll be in the kitchen. I'll cook for you if I like you, my friend or lover, or I just need to like you. You eat something from my kitchen. So with the men that used to try to use it as a thing of one-upping me, saying, feminists when they cook, I'm like, yeah, I will have to eat anyways. I will cook. I, it doesn't mean you're
oh my
special.
God.
That was part of my life.
Do they think that it's like prison or something?
Because they're like, I can't wait to tell the world that a feminist cooking for me. Okay.
There's actually one time that I met a guy, and like every time he's about to kiss me, or like every time that he's done, maybe we've like kissed or just had it like a moment, he'll look at me and be like, Instagram babe.
Do you know what is that?
Like,
the thing? Men think of it as a conquest. And that's what makes it hard for them. They don't understand. You're killing your own chances. Because if you yam me some kind of things like 2 or 3 times, I won't be doing it again.
There was one I met on Hinge in London. It was like, wow, I can't even believe that you even matched with me. I said, this is definitely a rejected stone. Like,
you've killed me.
This is
rejected stone. Also, I don't like
being
with men that are too excited to.
He was definitely too excited
to be there. It feels like it's a lesson waiting to be learned. Because like, not in the same, I'm not saying I love it when a man feels like, oh shit, like you are all that.
But you can tell.
Yes,
you can tell when like they've never met like a bitch like you.
There's just this sinister weirdness. There's the way you talk about you. And I also don't do negging. If you neg me once, you'll never see me again. Don't talk down on me. Don't say, oh, you're fine for a, I didn't know you were, this is, you have, like there was a particular guy says like, your stomach is biggish, and I'm like, okay,
what do you mean biggish?
Once no wahala, I'll take it, like it is biggish. But by the time, every time you're cradling my tummy and saying, I'm like, yeah, I told him you have to go. Like, I'm glad I know everything with you. You have to go. Please go away. And also, I want to say something before I check out. I think like women, we get too hard on we're too hard on ourselves, in the sense that like, I just remembered something. Last year I slept with someone. That was the only, like, one of the 2 people I slept with last year too. Yeah. And I regretted it real bad. But one of the people I slept with last year, one sexual encounter towards the end of the year that like did it for me, that made me say no, like I regretted it so bad. Like, so something happened that I can't really go into, but like I realized, and for a few weeks, not even days, because I just say this, I beat myself up really badly for it. I was like feeling so small. I had to talk to myself and be like, why are you letting like a bad sexual encounter like make you feel worthless or like tiny? Like, no, you're that girl, you're this shit. Don't be too hard, because I was really hard on myself. Because I was like, why would I do such a, because honestly, like, I wouldn't have known that he was a fool. I was attracted to this fool, I'll give it. I didn't know. And it happens.
Yeah.
It happens to the best of us. Like,
it happens to the best of us.
Sometimes
honestly.
we do foolish things.
And then you're just like, oh my God, that was a really shitty person.
It's a forever thing of, beating yourself up. Like, just sit and go, you'll be fine. Like, that can be the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
There are worse things that can happen. So I think women should be kinder to themselves, and I think I want to do themselves rather, or themselves. I don't know. I want to do more of this. Like, we should definitely do one more before you go.
Yeah.
We should definitely do one more before you go. More structured, more yarnings, more like I would really like that.
Yeah.
I wish we had started earlier because I'm really into it at the moment. But
yeah,
yes,
same actually.
So you guys,
I feel like it's better energy. Even
love
than
her.
yesterday.
We just met for the first time yesterday. Actually.
Yeah.
Lovely. I've known her for a while. Lovely girl. Very fashionable. I have a few. Yeah, on my mood board. So I have a few screenshots. Like I'm like, I am going to recreate this look. Really cool. This year I want to wear more clothes, even if I'm not going anywhere, even if it's my bedroom.
Yeah.
To wear more clothes, document my journey, and also like you said something yesterday when we talking about like fashion and stuff. Like I want to put a little bit more of me, a little bit of me finding myself into my, my page, talking about how I designed this. I felt like this would go together, styling, etc. Excited.
I think that would be lovely. Yeah.
Yeah, let's
that
go.
would be amazing.
Both will soon leave us. Toyosi has kept us.
Bye.
Ciao.
Oh gosh. And I still have to pack this.